Hola amigos de Freim, ¿cómo están? Sean bienvenidos una vez más a estas Freim TV Interviews. Hoy estoy muy contento de poder recibir a Nathan, a KESMAR. Hi KESMAR, nice to meet you. How are you doing? Where are you?
Good, nice to meet you too. I'm at my home studio in KESMAR, which is about an hour and a half south of Sydney.
Ok, él dice que está allá en su país, en su estudio, en Australia. So, KESMAR está de regreso con su pop retro, Out of Loop. To start, I want to ask you about this new single, Out of Loop. In this song, you wanted to hear a 70s British accent. Tell me about that.
I guess it was just from a deep obsession, I guess, with, I don't know, I guess more 70s British, kind of somewhat rock, I guess.
Okay.
Influenced by. And like Scottish, of course, like a band called Pilot are a big inspiration. But yeah, I guess I wanted something a bit more jangly and somewhat melancholy than previous work I'd done. And I guess it was kind of a midway song for like the album, as in like the writing process, as in which songs were coming first. So yeah, I guess it was kind of just a point where I just found a sound that I was really, really into, and yeah, it just came from the inspiration of just listening to a lot of music in lockdown, really.
Bueno, le preguntamos aquí a Nathan que pues está haciendo con este sencillo como que un acento británico. Él dice que porque le gusta mucho el acento británico, se le hace muy elegante y toda esta onda setentera pues está perfecta para su canción. So you didn't want it to be a song about COVID, but it became a song about COVID, and you wanted to talk about all the feelings that confinement caused you, right?
Yeah, I guess it kind of, I never wanted to write anything about COVID, really. I never wanted, something to be remembered for that time, or to anyone really be reminded of that time, because I think it was a tough time for everyone, especially musicians and creatives. But yeah, it just happened, really. It came at a time where I wasn't really trying to write. I think those are kind of like the most natural times. It kind of just came out in a day, like most of them do, and yeah, I guess it just happened the way it did, and in the end I couldn't really fight it. I just had to pursue what I wanted to do, really. But yeah, in a nutshell, I guess it's just about the repetition of being at home all the time, and wanting to break out of that but not being able to. So yeah, those were the main points where it started from.
Le preguntamos aquí a Nathan que pues él no tenía planeado escribir esta canción basándose en el COVID, pero pues bueno, ya obviamente tuvo que caerle esta onda del COVID y se dedicó a escribir esta canción por toda la onda del encierro, del confinamiento, la melancolía, la ansiedad. So tell me about all the evolution you have defined in sounds, composition, career, etc. Tell me about all the evolution you have defined in sounds, composition, career, etc., your new sounds.
I guess a lot of it just comes from learning, really. Like I love learning, and I love learning about how they recorded albums back in the 60s and 70s and up to the early 80s. But I guess most of it just comes from the love of my people at the era that my parents grew up in. Their record collection. I feel like it's a story that is told a lot, but it's the truth of just hearing records that they were playing around the house and being influenced by them when I was younger, even if I didn't know I was. So yeah, I guess a lot of it has just been learning and taking time to learn the craft of recording and writing and producing. So yeah, it's definitely a steep hill and an uphill battle a lot of the time, figuring out how old gear works and fixing. But I guess it's like each kind of song and step that I take is closer to that sound that I've been chasing. Because I don't know, I just really love classic albums and classic songs. So I just listen to a lot of music, and I try to use my ears and the resources that I have in a home recording environment to my advantage of pulling the sounds that I want to hear. And yeah, I guess it's getting closer and closer. But yeah, it's just kind of just a never-ending wheel of learning and reading, and recording, etc. So yeah, but I love doing it, so I'm not complaining.
Ok, pues él nos cuenta que ha evolucionado muchísimo desde que desde sus inicios, de cómo ha ido experimentando con nuevos sonidos, ochenteros, setenteros, y cómo ha ido evolucionando como artista de carrera, todo lo que él quiere, todo lo que él le inspira, ¿no? También pueden echarle un ojo al video musical que está en YouTube que dirige Olivier, quien lleva los bellos paisajes naturales de KESMAR, australianos retro. So Nathan, tell me about the music video for this song.
Yeah, so it was directed by a friend of mine, Oliver Burr. He's a friend from Sydney. And yeah, I guess I wanted to kind of, I don't know, showcase something new that I haven't done before. I mean, I've never really done an official music video. All the kind of other ones have been kind of like friends helping me out. And like I was like directing it and writing it and everything. But this was kind of the first time where I kind of stepped back and I guess hired someone to help me achieve the vision that I wanted to achieve. But there's kind of like little hints in the video that lead towards the album, like some of the imagery and stuff. It has a bit of a story to tell as time goes on, and I've put out some music leading up to a fuller body of work. But yeah, it was just filmed here at my house in Australia, the South Coast, and yeah, we had a lot of fun. We shot it on 16mm film, and yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. And yeah, I guess it was just to show a representation of where I'm at and how the music is going to sound and look.
Ok, pues él dice que un amigo suyo le ayudó a grabar todo este video allá en Sydney, y obviamente hay parte de su casa con estos bellos paisajes que enseñan el video, y obviamente con todos los sonidos que escuchan de KESMAR. So, do you consider that the 70s are back again?
I think so, definitely. Now I think you see it in so much advertising, music videos. It's definitely been around, but I feel like now it's found its way back into pop culture. Yeah, it's stylized. Yeah, just especially just advertising the TV, it's just like you can see these big companies grabbing onto what once was. But I don't know, I think we're living in an interesting time. I think it's kind of hard to pinpoint what is back and what isn't, because it's just, there's so many definitive eras. It's kind of like, what are we living in now? Because there's such a revival of the past. But I think it also comes from the internet, and a good spot being like, I find so much of my music on YouTube and from blogs and everything. So it's kind of like there are little sub-communities that have a deep love for, I guess, like the 70s or the 60s. I guess that helps with like Spotify, with like their playlisting of old songs and everything. I think it's just more accessible for people to find now. But yeah, I love it. I've found so many friends that I've met through, I guess, our love for, from previous time.
Ok, thanks. So, él me dice que, bueno, le pregunté que si los 70s está de regreso, es la moda que ahora está como que regresando. Él dice que pues sí, que vivimos en unos tiempos como que muy interesantes, donde todos los artistas se están basando obviamente en esta música, obviamente hasta en la publicidad. Estamos regresando como a esta onda retro, ¿no? Ahora iremos a unas preguntas random que queremos hacerle aquí a KESMAR. Now we will do some random questions that we want to ask you. So the first question is, what music does KESMAR listen to recently?
What do I listen to recently? Let me have a quick look. I listen to... I'm always listening to Wings, Paul McCartney's band. But there's a Lindsey Buckingham album called Law and Order that I've been into.
Ok, pues bueno, les preguntamos qué es lo que ha estado escuchando recientemente en música KESMAR. Harry Styles or K-pop?
Harry Styles.
Ok, él prefiere Harry Styles, ya lo tienen. Fútbol, soccer or rugby?
Let's say rugby.
Rugby, okay, perfect. So finally, tell us if you will come to Mexico City soon and what will come for you these days.
Sorry, what was the question?
Finally, tell us if you will come to Mexico City soon and what will come for you these days.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to make it over. I'm going to be in America at the start of next year. So I might be able to make it over then. But yeah, I'd love to come and play some shows. Yeah, it's really cool just the support coming from there. It's like my number one listed on Spotify. So yeah, it's cool. I'd love to come. I love doing these interviews, and yeah, next there's just more songs and then a bigger body of work. So hopefully there'll be a tour of some sort with the album. Yeah, and I'll be able to make it over and play and meet some of you lovely people.
Bueno, él dice que el próximo año va a estar recorriendo toda parte de América, va a estar con estas canciones de su nuevo álbum, obviamente con este sencillo que tienen que escuchar Out of Loop. So, your social media is I am KESMAR en Instagram. Ok, síganlo en Instagram, I am KESMAR, Spotify, YouTube, all the social media. Ok. Yes. Pues bueno, él fue KESMAR. Espero que escuchen su éxito Out of Loop. So, thank you so much for this interview, Nathan.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No, thanks for you. And regards and greetings from Mexico City. I am a very big fan. So, thanks for this interview. Y amigos, esta fue una entrevista con KESMAR. No se pierdan todo el contenido que va a estar sacando, sus canciones en YouTube, Spotify, Instagram. Escúchenlo, vean su nuevo video. Y yo soy Sergio Godoy. Nos vemos la próxima en Freim TV Interviews. Bye bye.
Thanks so much.